Welcome back to This
Woman's
Woman's
Work.
Welcome back to This Woman's Work.
For a special year roundup edition.
It's been a while since we've seen you.
It's been a very long time since we've seen you.
And you've never seen us.
You've never
notice.
seen us. You may notice that we are
Physical entities
physical
now.
entities, not just voices inside your head, which, you know, is quite nice, maybe.
Maybe for you, maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not
Let
nice.
us know.
You can just turn off the visual if you want,
Yeah.
just have the audio if it's too scary. We're both blonde now. That's something.
Thoughts?
That's what's new. When did we last have a woman's work?
May 2024, so that's been
Mathematics.
7 months since you've heard our dulcet tones.
Have you just been crying?
Yes. And now you're in our bed with us. Our marital bed.
We sleep like the grandparents from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Top and tail.
Top and tail.
Yep.
And then we interlock toes sometimes.
We do make a lot of vegetable soup.
We
And
do
that's
make
what
a lot
they
of
lived
vegetable
on.
soup. We do live together, in case that wasn't clear enough.
And we now have these stupid tiny microphones.
Tiny mics, which I got from Amazon.com.
.com.
I was going to say from Jeff Bezos. Amazon.com. We've got a lovely camerawoman for us today, which is Delilah's lovely sister Georgia.
She's not allowed to speak.
She's not allowed
or
to
be
speak.
seen.
Yeah, she will be seen and not seen, and also not heard, like a
Right.
Victorian child.
There we go.
So we've had have a setup,
Yeah.
which is my chest of drawers and my singular Doc Martens boot, because my other one is getting repaired
At the cobbler.
at the cobbler.
In for 2025, cobbler.
Yes,
Cobbler, tailor. all the-
candlestick maker.
Candlestick maker. More trades.
More trades.
I think we should give up on whatever this is and get into trades.
Okay, what trade do you think you'd be good at?
Fishmonger, butcher.
I mean, barista's a trade.
No. It's not. It doesn't have the same dignity.
Okay. You
Or heritage.
I think
History.
fishmonger would be nice. I
Yeah.
think fishmonger, we live by the
Slinging
sea.
fish.
Slinging fish. Who up slinging fish? I think
Could be us.
could be us. Or like corn farmer.
Okay. Speaking. Did you know that the official term for a fishmonger that is female is a
Fishwife!
which implies
Fishwife!
the existence of a fear wife and war wife.
Like a warmonger.
Yeah. And
I'm
fearmonger-
fair wife. You're
Fair
definitely war wife.
Okay.
You're fish wife.
Because she's giving fish.
She's giving fish.
All right.
Okay, moving on.
So, we've invited you into our home, into our bed, for a specific reason. To give you our 2024 roundup.
because we thought, well, it's been so long since we've been able to see you, or you've been able to hear us, actually, that we've missed out on so much great music by
We really-
women! And girls! And we thought, well, we don't want to, maybe want to do something more with women's work at some point
Women's
in life.
work was never over.
Women's work was it's never over. Women's work was never over, and so we were like, what is a great way to segue back into our shenanigans, basically? And we thought doing a little year roundup of the best women by music.
Women by music.
Women by music. I am a woman by music.
Very much.
I've always said that. Best music by women that's come out in 2024, and
Maybe talk about some exciting things that are coming up for the
for
new year.
2025. Well, maybe we'll do like one music by a man that we like honorary.
Top man.
Top man of
You're
the year.
topping a man?
We'll do like man of, or like not man, like.
Maybe we can broaden our horizons.
Anyway, without further ado, I think it's time to discuss.
Acknowledge the elephant in the room, which is, of course, Charlie XCX's Brat.
Came out in June the 5th, 2024. I remember because
Where were you?
I was in Hammersmith Hospital.
Yes, you were. You were in a waiting room for hours.
I was in a
with
waiting
only
room
Brat to keep you
with
company
only Brat to keep me company. And
before they shoved something up you, right?
yeah, they did.
Their
They did. I had to have an
hands.
ultrasound. Anyway. Oh, Brat. Oh, did I just turn it off?
No, it's still got the green light. Green light.
I waited for it.
The green light. I want it.
Is it back on?
Yeah. Stop touching it.
Sorry.
Touching on my tiny mic.
Touching my tiny mic. So I have in a previous life met Charlie XCX,
That is true.
which is true.
Fact.
Before
Put
Brat,
the photo up here, Molly, in post-production.
I met Charlie XCX because I've been a long time Charlie XCX fan pre-Brat. I don't want to be that guy being like, I knew her before she was famous. But I did.
We both did.
We both did, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in London I was going for a stroll around the town, which I like to do, and she posted it on her private account, her secret account, which only real fans know about, called 360 Brat, which is, she's clairvoyant, who's Claire. And she posted, I'm going to be outside Radio 2 or Radio 1 or whatever
One of them.
at 5 o'clock. And I said, I'm right by there, and it's 5 o'clock. So I met Charlie XCX. I was like, yeah. So I've got a very, very blurry picture of her.
How tall is she?
I think smaller than me. From what I remember.
That doesn't feel right,
I got to touch her beautiful hair.
Yeah,
not on purpose. I didn't try and...
What she, if you could describe the top notes, give me 3 top notes of what her hair smelled like.
It was, I don't remember now because this was about 2 years ago, but it was very nice. I'm not very good at identifying smells. But
you'd make a terrible bloodhound. And I think you should sit with that.
Hold space with that.
Are you Ariani? Or who's Ariani?
I feel like I'm Ariani, you're Cynthia.
Okay. Bald. I said it kind of like when you know when Pitbull does fireball.
Bald.
Okay, so back
talking about Brat.
Brat. So you met Charlie XCX. I had a Brat summer. I went on holiday, went to Portugal, things happened.
Got silly with it.
Got very silly with it. Brat heavily influenced my decision making. It was Brat summer. Everything was romantic except when it wasn't.
And I've always said that.
Do you have a top 3 from Brat? Including extended, not the remix.
Not the remixes.
Not
okay.
The remixes.
Because the remix, that's its own thing.
Yeah.
Which
but I'll include
big fan of
the
it.
3 extra.
But the 3 extra, as in Brat, and it's
it's the same, but there's 3 more songs, so it's not.
I'd say top 3 from Brat, in no particular order. Well, okay. Let me think about this. So Von Dutch came out. Von Dutch and 360.
We were bumping Von Dutch.
We were bumping that
in our old man pub that has a jukebox that somehow had Von Dutch on it. We were playing that in the Wellington, our favorite.
Wellington on Elm Grove, shout out.
We
don't live there anymore, but we did and we liked it. We don't live in there, but we lived near
Basically did.
And we were bumping that. So to me, Von Dutch and 360 aren't necessarily part of Brat because they were the singles. And back to back to back to back to.
That wasn't one of the singles, was it?
No, it was. It came as a single with Club Classics, actually.
Aha.
So that one, but the Club Classics to me is a bit more Brat. Actually, the only one that isn't Brat is Von Dutch.
Yeah, no, I see. Yeah.
So I think Von Dutch is the best track, but I don't really think of it as part of Brat because it came out so far before.
Yeah, it did.
And before we even knew what Brat was, I was just like, oh, this is Charlie. Okay, top 3 from Brat. I think 3. It's a tie between 360 and 365. I think 360.
Oh really? I'm team 365.
You're team 365. Okay, that's fine. We cover all bases. I'm 360. I'm Sympathy as a Knife and there's one Everything is Romantic. Everything is Romantic.
I'm number 1. Everything is Romantic. 365. Guess.
Sorry.
Oh,
I forgot about Guess. That's terrible.
Also, very underrated. Honorable mention: Spring Breakers.
Oh yeah. The other one, Hello Goodbye. I couldn't tell you what that song sounds like.
Hello, 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 hello. It sounds like that.
That's cool.
Hello, hello, hello.
I also controversial opinion, and I'm not a Billie Eilish hater. I just think Guess is better without her. What do you think?
I
just think it's really overplayed. I've heard it so much.
I couldn't tell you what she's been up to.
She released an album this year.
I know that, but I don't think I listened. I listened to maybe 2 songs from it.
Oh no, it was good. It was good. Well,
we'll
discuss it. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll discuss it now.
Well, this is a natural segue.
Okay, natural segue. Segue. Oh wow, that's our segue noise. Segue. It was Billie Eilish's album "Hit Me Hard and Soft" came out around the time I was doing my dissertation. And I really liked it. Again, not to be that guy, but I did like Billie Eilish before she came out with her first album. Like, she had an EP called Don't Smile at Me, which came out in sort of 2017 or
Yeah,
something.
no, I remember listening to that.
Yeah.
What Ocean
Eyes.
Eyes. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
one.
banged.
That banged. And so I've always been like, I'm like, that's my girl. I don't want to be critical of her. I didn't really like her first album, like, the kind of really
When Do
like
We
dark
Fall?
one. Yeah.
No, I liked some of that, and then I completely lost interest.
I think this one, sorry, that was tea swallowing ASMR. I think her recent one is her best one. I think it's got banger after banger after banger on
Yeah,
it.
no, I don't even dislike her. I don't find her particularly interesting, I don't think. But I respect her. I think she's a very good singer, a very good songwriter, obviously, great performer. But there's something about it that just doesn't do it for me.
Didn't I do it for you?
On the other hand, FK Twigs, Miss Twigs, if you're nasty, is doing it for me.
She's doing it for me. She is
with the skullet.
So if you haven't seen her, I'll put in a little picture. We were also talking about ins and outs for 2025, and we were saying skullets in.
In making up your own words and like and creating meaning,
like Eusexia, which is FK Twigs is the name of the album and the name of the song, which came out, I want to say end of summer.
No, it was more recent, I think. I think it was autumn.
Okay.
But she has the song Drums of Death that she released.
I think that came out. It's a Google moment.
Bear with.
Oh, sorry, you were absolutely right. It was released 13th of September 2024.
Drums of Death was in November. That song, I think it's with Corliss, with a K. So freaking good. It is like a bunch of robots that work in a metal factory are doing something downright sexual to my eardrums. And I love it. It sounds it sounds similar to Sophie a little bit, where you're like,
I'm interested.
When you kind of first listen to it and you're kind of like, I don't think I like what's happening to me.
Yeah.
But then you were like, I really like what's happening to me, actually.
I haven't actually listened to it. I've listened to Eusexia a lot.
Drums of Death, banger. Also, great name.
Yeah, Drums of Death. But Eusexia is like, that kind of genre of club music is kind of slightly moving away from the brat.
Mm-hmm.
The brat of it all is kind of a bit more ethereal, a bit more sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. I have a playlist of other songs that were like Eusexia, which I made because I was like, oh, this is a really specific vibe that I like, and I love. So I've really this year like really liked, as most people really got into like, it's like club music, brat music, because it just is like, it was the vibe of the summer, the dare. Oh, that's our man of the year, actually.
I'm not firm on that. That's fair. I don't know.
Let me see. Sorry, I have my playlist called Eusexia.
Bear with.
Okay. My other songs on this are obviously Magdalena Bay.
Oh yeah.
Magdalena Bay, I don't really know much about them. I just that album, Imaginal Disc, is that what it's called? Imaginal Disc, and she's got like a CD going into her head, which already is like a cool image. There's a few tracks off that album which are very much that Eusexia vibe, kind of ethereal club music. Similar to Charlie XCX track 10, my favorite Charlie XCX song. Her album Pop 2 and How I'm Feeling Now are both quite similar Eusexia vibes. I'd say that's kind of a reach in a way, but it's how I interpret it.
They make you feel the same.
Make you feel the same way. And then like, I don't know,
a lot of Caroline
on there. This I started to lose the plot on this playlist a little bit. But it was the vibe of, and then a bit of Sophie. Is It Cold in the Water by Sophie kind of gave me that vibe, which is my favorite Sophie song. I love Sophie. I don't always like to listen to her because sometimes I'm a bit scared.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of Sophie. I think she's very, very talented.
Again, I think, the point of art is to make someone emote something, and fear is not something that is often the emotion that artists want to elicit from their audience. And when they do it, I find it really kind of interesting and refreshing, the kind of uncomfortableness that like I think Sophie and FKA Twigs and Ethel Cain, like that is why they're kind of so compelling, is because there is this sort of disturbance to it.
It's supposed to be, and this makes it sound like it's an excuse for bad music, but it's supposed to kind of make you go ooh a little bit. Like it's kind of like
Pushes the
boundaries, and in a way of like it's not ugly sounding, but it's not sort of like easy listening, beautiful pop music that's kind of like
Pop
music, or like and if any other kind of music that sort of makes you very very interested to see how that's going to come out in the edit.
Oh, what is it?
Whoa, mama!
Lord forgive me.
Oh yeah, Lord forgive me.
Lord have mercy.
I've had an affliction this year, which is bursting into Elvis impressions.
And we
I
have
don't
to go
mean
to
to do
Molly.
it.
He's not invited. Elvis isn't invited.
Whoa!
Put him away. Elvis was
Whoa,
no.
mama!
I didn't invite him. I didn't invite him.
I'm sorry.
He's not on this woman's work. Elvis, you would never be invited to this woman's work.
Elvis would hate this
what you did to
work.
women.
What you did, Priscilla. None of that. If you notice, we got our matching tea mugs. This is very Wallace and Gromit coded. And the
We
bit
do
of
love cheese.
We do love cheese. We're filming this on the 28th of December, 3 days after Christmas, and we all had that absolutely insane afternoon of TV, which was Doctor Who. You didn't watch Doctor Who. Doctor Who, Wallace and Gromit, and Gavin and Stacey. Oh my god! Banger after banger. Sorry, I just had to put that in there.
Yeah,
That's how I'm feeling now. That's Charlie XX how I'm feeling now. Let me pull up the list. Claro Charm.
Didn't listen to it. Listened to like 3 songs from it. Liked all of them. But I've never been a Claro girl.
I haven't either, but I really, really enjoyed Charm.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you. I don't know if you saw any of the videos from her tour, where the set was like a sort of, it was like a kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, but did you see the videos of her performing like recently?
No.
She's got the big headphones on.
Maybe.
It's just like a cool vibe.
Okay.
It was a cool vibe, and it was quite a small stage, like all the, it almost seemed like a sort of, like a jam session in the living room. It was kind of made to look like a living room.
I think I have a hard time listening to / watching people that I find very, very cool.
Oh, you get kind of FOMO, almost.
Not necessarily. I find it, it doesn't, I don't liken myself to them. I find it hard to connect because I'm like, that is like the coolest girl in your English class.
That's actually so true. I like watching a little freak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, obviously I think so many artists are cool. Like, Ethel Cain, I think, is probably one of like the coolest people alive, but like, she's a freak and weird.
She's weird. We've seen her this year.
We're
talk about some gigs we've seen this year as well.
Yeah.
We've seen some
We
great
did a round.
gigs
Let's do a
this year.
roundup.
We went to Roundup. What did we see? What have we seen this year? We saw Ethel Cain in July at the Roundhouse, which was
phenomenal.
We were quite far back,
but I think that was absolutely perfect because I was just in the back, swaying, listening to her voice, and she is the best live vocalist I have seen ever, I think, besides Hosier. Shout out to Hosier. But her voice, Hayden's voice live, is just truly ethereal.
And the venue it was in, I don't know if it was the Roundhouse, which is in Camden in London, and it feels very Ethel Cain. Like, it feels quite sort of Tudor. I don't know. It feels quite, not that that's her voice, not Tudor.
It does feel like
it feels like you're in the Globe Theatre.
It does feel like one of those Amish houses that you can just pick up and move.
Yeah. Well, it's got like I'm thinking like it kind of had like exposed beams and stuff.
Yeah.
From
No,
what
it's
I remember, rustic. Yeah, not Tudor. Well, that it makes me think of just like, yeah, we're all in a barn watching Mother Ethel Cain.
Yeah, we saw Chapel Roan.
Oh. We saw Chapel Roan.
We did see Chapel
Roan. So, Chapel Roan, obviously, her album didn't come out this year, so we're not really going to talk about that. But
the rise of
Chapel Roan, and I think our greatest achievement is a few people have come to us and said I first heard Chapel Roan through this woman's work, because we were playing her from the beginning.
Yes.
Delilah is the one who introduced her to me. Delilah showed me Pink Pony Club in 2021, first year of uni, and I went, what is that melody?
Yes.
And I listened to it so much.
Yeah.
And then she didn't really release anything for a while. And then I think she came out with
Naked in Manhattan.
And
then like Nothing for Ages.
There was a few singles which were off the album, but it kind of all meshes into one for me.
Yeah.
But Oh, her album is
Yeah.
so good. I think she came up with her Tiny Desk this year, and that's what made her go
Yes.
massive. Good Luck Babe came out,
Yep.
and then we started hearing her like in like the uni bar, and I was like, that's quite weird because
Yeah.
this is someone who we
Yeah.
think is quite underground.
And we got really cheap tickets to her concert because we bought tickets
Like,
before
last
she
June.
blew up.
Mm.
And they were like 25 quid, I think. And then when we first, they had to reschedule the concert
venue.
to make it bigger because there was just such high demand. I saw something I've never seen before in my life at a gig, with at least, I'd say, 30 people outside the venue begging for tickets
And holding up like things in their phone saying,
Signs.
"We'll pay £300 for
for
chaperone
one
dick."
ticket.
And I have seen that in the past, but I haven't seen to that extent.
To that extent, yeah, maybe one or two.
But there's always a guy going, "Any free ticket? Any going to get any spare tickets?" Like walking around.
Yeah,
But never that.
this people like going down the line, like really, her grip on people is just massive.
She's. I think she's my artist of the year potentially.
Yeah.
In terms of what she's been up to, her and Charlie probably, which is quite kind of obviously very obvious answers, but I
Mhm.
think she's so good, and she was amazing live. Obviously, we were again
Yeah.
right. This was the Brixton Academy.
Yeah, it
Brixton
was.
Academy.
Yeah, it was.
We were right at the back, and it's great because it's got a tilted auditorium.
Yes, you could see.
So you could
see everything.
We were right at the back.
It felt like a club night.
Yeah, exactly. And also they did a drag show at the
drag
beginning. There was
show's the
3 drag
openers.
queens who I don't remember the names of, but they were local drag queens. And she does that in all of her shows.
Yeah.
Even also, I really appreciate, even since she's blown up and been massive,
Yeah.
she still wants to make it like
Mhm.
just give those
Yeah.
people that opportunity to perform, and it was all really good.
Well, what she does is drag, and drag is community based.
Yeah, exactly. She is a drag queen. She is
Yeah.
the definition of a drag queen, and it was just really good. The whole
Yeah.
thing was really good. I'm trying to think of other gigs. I feel like we've seen other stuff this year.
Shockingly, not women. Bear with me. Hold on. Actually, no, one woman.
Oh yes. I know what you're gonna say.
I found a little local band called Welly, and they're bloody fantastic.
They are bloody fantastic. We went to a gig of theirs at Presuming Ed's on London Road in Brighton, and it was just like the most fun I think I've ever had at a gig. Because also, like, I love a tiny gig.
Mhm.
I love seeing Chaperone. I love seeing Ethel Kane, but it's the queuing and all of that, and it's
the
just
rigmarole.
Like, the rigmarole, and it was so much fun. It was such a fun gig.
They're what would BBC Radio say? Ones to watch.
I would say they're ones to watch. I think they're releasing an album next year.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So that's upcoming. That's exciting.
Well, they just put out that EP, the John Deere EP.
Oh yes.
But they're fantastic. They just did a huge UK tour, and they have got it. They've got
something. But
Yeah.
no, big fan of Bit of Welly. They're really good. Who else?
Also, again, I mean, if we're just throwing it out there, as someone that I discovered myself this year, who I absolutely love, McGee.
Oh, McGee!
He's been blowing
Love
up
McGee.
recently. I found him maybe like 8 months ago, I think. And I absolutely adore him. He's like a prodigy on the guitar.
He's
It's
amazing. He's like a kind of. I don't understand how he's making the sounds he's making.
Yeah, no, completely.
I saw some TikTok of a musician saying, I can't remember what it was, but it was just being like, musicians hate McGee because of how good he is and how like inferior he makes other musicians feel.
Yeah.
But he's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our men. So, do we have any other men we want to mention?
No.
Probably not. More women. Back to more women. Albums released this year. Sabrina Carpenter.
Love it. Fun
Great. Pop.
Fun
what more
pop.
could you want? I think she's really funny as a person. I think she's really hilarious.
Yes. And again, completely the concept idea that we always harken back to is kind of like she has her thing. She has
her thing.
Kind
She's
of
built her
almost
world.
character that she exists in, which I quite enjoy.
I think I didn't try to buy tickets for her tour or anything like that because they're really expensive and impossible to get, but I thought it looks like a lot of fun. Like the vibe there is kind of like a big sleepover. And she's just like I've been aware of her for like a while, but
I used to love Girl Meets World.
Oh yeah. She's only just kind of
You don't have autism. Sorry. You remember that episode?
No.
They Farkle, his name is Farkle. He's an autistic character, and he's like, I think I'm gonna get diagnosed with autism. And then him and Rowan Blanchard, Sabrina Carpenter, Rowan Blanchard goes, "You don't have autism. Don't say that." And they're like, "You're just Farkle. It's just your Farkle Sparkle."
Your Farkle Sparkle.
And he's not just autistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Whole thing.
So yeah, Sabrina
That's what I know her
Carpenter,
from.
That's beautiful. but she's just good. She did a Tiny Desk performance. Came out really
The
recently.
tiny desk.
Tiny Desk.
For me, it's just desk.
For me, it's just Desk. And she was really good. She did stripped down versions of all her songs, and she went very, very country vibes. She was kind of almost singing a bit of a country accent. I don't know if you saw it.
You're
didn't-
better than I am.
I'm yeah, I'm better. Whatever. She did a kind of, I don't know. I can't even explain it. It was really good. It was very country vibes. I don't have the vocabulary to talk about music in an actual.
Yeah, we've been out of practice for a long time.
We've been out of practice for a long
Give
time,
us a
so
break. We're in bed.
let me think of other things we've gone through. Oh, Beyonce.
Beyonce, of course. We
Beyonce.
did get to talk about Cowboy Carter,
Cowboy Carter.
a bit while we were still on the air.
Did we? I thought that came out after.
No. It came out around Easter time. No, we talked about it on the air.
Oh, of course we did. We played. We played.
But she did
something.
just do the Christmas time halftime show, with the Dallas Cowboys, which was incredible. And
with the who?
Okay, Christmas Day.
This is American
football game. You know, the pigskin.
American football.
Yes. The halftime show is always like a big deal, like the Super Bowl, but less. And she did the halftime show for the Christmas Day game, and it was the first time she had performed any of Cowboy Carter, and it was phenomenal. She had the marching band back out again, like Homecoming.
Love marching band.
Insane, like mash, like whoever, I don't know if it's her or a team of people, whoever does the flow of songs when she's doing a performance like that, where they kind of mix and match all of her repertoire, does it so good, so clean, and just tight.
Did she just, because I didn't actually watch this, did she do things from mostly Cowboy Carter, or was it just like classic Beyonce?
No, this was the first time she was doing Cowboy Carter. She did Yaya, she did Blackbird, she did she got out Shabuzi and Post Malone.
Oh wow.
It was so, you gotta watch it, girl.
She
looks incredible.
I thought that album was amazing, like properly brilliant, and I really like Beyonce in general, but I think I really enjoy how in recent years she's kind of really changed up the genres. Like she's been doing pop for a while, and then kind of like is doing like, and then she did Renaissance. I think Renaissance was really the start of the club, the club Renaissance of club music.
Yes,
that came out the year. I think that came out the year before last. I think it was. Yeah, it came out in 2022. I'm pretty sure, and then Brat came out 2024, and that really kind of pushed it on. But I think that is really part of the kind of what's it called? Recession pop.
Yes.
Resurgence we're seeing, because the world is in shambles and people want to have fun music to listen to when the world is in shambles. Recession pop is, I don't really know much about the science of it, but it's like the lipstick theory, when it's like when there's a recession, people will buy more lipstick because you want to make yourself feel better. You want to feel better at yourself on a kind of superficial level. In the same way that club music, people want to go to the club, they want to dance, they
forget about their worries,
throw their troubles away.
Everything is romantic, and and I don't think about it all the time.
I think about it all the time.
All right, should we do some quick ins and outs? Because I feel like this has been on for a long time.
Yes, we'll do some ins and outs. This doesn't even have to be music. But also, I want to think of some music ones.
Ins, I think an in is, now that we've had our fun, dancey, poppy recession pop about how the world is scheisse, I think there'll be maybe a turn into angry music.
I like that.
I think
so. In angry music, and out, because there's a thin line between that, out introspective acoustic music.
Yeah, I can take that,
because I'm not anti that at all, but I think and this isn't hate against, like, say, Boy Genius, but I think we're done with that.
Well, on the line of Boy Genius, in solo albums from Phoebe, Lucy, and Julian, which all should be coming soon. I think Lucy announced she's doing some dates in America in the next coming months, and she said she's mostly doing new songs. Very exciting.
But so I think they do what they do really well. I think they make great kind of folky acoustic introspective music, like it's just me and my guitar, and I love that. Big fan of that. Love Phoebe Bridgers especially. But I think in terms of the general vibe shift, I feel like we're moving into less of that. Less of just like, it's just me and my guitar, and I'm an indie pop
Yeah.
person. We've moved past. You know what? I would say it. We've moved past the need for Gracie Abrams.
Yes, I'm gonna agree with you, and then immediately back down from everything we've just said.
Okay.
In Joni Mitchell, I'm all about Joni Mitchell.
Well, Joni Mitchell, but that's because it's Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell can do whatever she wants forever. This is 2024
So yeah,
has
tell us
been
about your
my
year of Joni
my
Mitchell.
year of Joni Mitchell, and it's only going to continue into 2025. I just have fallen in love with her. Absolutely, she is just perfect to me, and she has a song for every mood, and she's just the songwriter of a lifetime. And,
Favorite song?
it toss up between Both Sides Now and California.
Excellent. California is my favorite.
Yeah,
Joni
I
Mitchell
think
song.
California, and then
I think
Help
Blue
Me
is the best
also really good.
album.
Yes, but yeah, she just has a song for everything, and it got me through some tough times this year, and I just love her.
Yeah. Does it make you think of Love Actually?
Only a little bit. In wearing just like genuinely, is wearing just like kind of like bad outfits, just kind of like bad
Yes.
clothing,
Clashing colours and
clashing,
prints.
ill-fitting. I want you to think Hannah from Girls. Like
yes, in
just-
is Girls.
in is Girls, but Girls has been in. But I
Girls has
just
been
like
in.
there's the kind of vibe that you like really don't give a fuck, but not in a cool way.
Yeah.
Like just kind of just be like, this is what I am, and it's not good. But being okay with it.
But this is the resurgence of 2010s everything.
Yeah.
2010s, because when people talk about Y2K fashion and when they was the kind of Y2K resurgence in like the early 2020s, and it was very like put together, it's my juicy couture tracksuit, and it's like I like that. I thought that was great. But 2010s, I would say, is kind of like just a mishmash.
Yeah.
No one knows what's
Dirty.
going on.
Yeah.
And everyone's wearing like but I don't like the business casual.
No one does.
No. That's something we should definitely leave in 2010.
Yeah.
Hate business casual. Wearing blazers to the club.
Yeah.
Disgusting. In Wallace and Gromit.
Obviously.
In
This woman's work.
This one's work is in.
Out hiatus.
Out hiatus in producing content for women's work. For your ears and your eyes.
Yeah, so
I think that's it.
I think that's it too.
That was nice.
Did we get it? Did we got it?
Did we got it?
I'm not talking to anyone. There's no one there. Did we got it?
So we'll see you in 2025. I hope you had a lovely year, a lovely Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful time. Ooh. Ooh. I'm Paul McCartney.
We missed you.
We missed you.
Yeah.
Bye!
You're kind of like the Virgin Mary.
In what way?
I feel like that would happen to you.
That would happen to me.
Yeah.
That would happen to me.
Yeah.
I'm moving my
Your son would be born as a sacrifice.
My son.
For all of humankind.
I feel like
Did you know your womb is also a grave?